From underwater creatures that can stab you with a mini harpoon to poisonous tree huggers, here are 10 animals you shouldn't touch. 10. Slow loris. The slow loris is probably the most adorable primate on the planet. Born with natural cuteness, a fuzzy brown coat of fur, and great big eyes that appear to be begging for cuddles. They usually are slow and seem like they want to share with you. One look at the slow loris and you immediately want to touch it. They are strepsirrhine primates, which means lemurs and galagos are close cousins, and apes, monkeys, and humans are from the other family branch. Their smell sense is very developed, and their developed eyes help them to be nocturnal animals. They are arboreal, which means they live in trees where they move slowly searching for bugs, nectar, or their favorite fruits. They have a glandule in the inside of their elbows called the brachial gland, which secretes fluids they rub on branches to communicate with other slow loris. But I would think twice before getting close to this South Asian tree dweller. Their elbow fluids is poison too. Not only is the slow loris one of the few mammals in the world that secretes poison, but its poison can cause immediate death due to anaphylactic shock. Whereas most things that are poisonous either sting or bite, injecting you with venom secreted from glands, the slow loris actually emits its toxins from its elbows. Imagine having sacks of poison inside your elbows. It's unthinkable. And yet the slow loris slurps the toxins from the elbow into its mouth so that it can bite you and transmit the poison that way. It also sometimes licks its fur to spread the toxins all over its body, therefore poisoning anyone or anything that tries to touch it. This is undoubtedly the cutest animal that you should never touch, no matter how adorable its big blinking black eyes are. 9. Leopard crab. Let me introduce you to my favorite sidestepping crustacean. The leopard crab, also known as the calico crab, is a pocket-sized crab with the spots of a leopard. While it is not very large, the leopard crab comes with 2 mean pinchers for hands. One pinch from the leopard crab is probably not going to cause much harm, but it will certainly sting. And even though this is not a very dangerous crab, you still probably wouldn't want to get half your finger pinched off because you reached for what you thought was a leopard print rock embedded in the sand. See, leopard crabs live in the shallow waters of the Caribbean. They grow to be around 3 inches across, which is hardly very large. They can easily fit in the palm of your hand, but their pinchers are seriously painful. This is one of those accidental animals that you don't want to reach for, like a sea urchin or a jellyfish that you thought was a plastic bag floating in the water. If you do decide to snatch a leopard crab from the sand, be sure to grab it by its butt so that its little pinchy pinchers can't grab hold of your fingers or your nose. 8. Blue-ringed octopus. I am as fascinated with octopuses as much as the next person, but the blue-ringed octopus takes it to a whole new level of crazy. Whenever a blue-ringed octopus feels threatened, it flashes bright blue rings across its entire body, which National Geographic says is an evolutionary courteous warning to any who may be trying to eat the octopus. But if the warning goes unheeded and someone or something tries to touch this small and squishy cephalopod, they will be in for a nasty surprise. The blue-ringed octopus is one of the ocean's top venomous animals, so venomous that it can easily kill a human with a single bite from its beak. But it's so cute, right? How does this happen? Blue-ringed octopuses have venom which contains tetrodotoxin. For any who don't know what this horrible toxin is, it is a powerful neurotoxin that has the ability to cause immediate respiratory failure. It means one touch of the blue-ringed octopus can leave you breathless, which is especially dangerous if you happen to be in the water. You know, where you kinda need to breathe. National Geographic also says there have been at least 3 deaths in Australia because of some close encounters with blue-ringed octopuses. If you see flashing blue rings while swimming off the coast of Australia, I suggest you head back to shore. Have you ever gone for a diving trip? Did you see an octopus? Let me know in the comments below, and if you are new here, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest videos. 7. Hippopotamus. This one may not come as a surprise to some people, but to others, they may be shocked to learn that hippopotamuses are savage monsters. That's right. These cute pink river horses are in fact deadly killers. It is a true fact that hippopotami attack more people every year in Africa than lions, water buffaloes, hyenas, or any other land animal. If you are on safari or find yourself in the vicinity of a hippopotamus, you definitely do not want to touch it. In fact, you want to get as far away as possible. Hippopotamuses are known for attacking not only ferocious predators like lions and crocodiles, but they are notorious for terrorizing small African villages. Just recently, an American woman was attacked by a hippopotamus while on a wildlife tour in Zimbabwe with her husband. According to news, the Yaldors were celebrating Kristen's 37th birthday and they went to a safari where they decided to do some rafting down a river. While they paddled their canoe, they accidentally hit a hippo that came from underneath the water, capsizing the couple's canoe and then attacking the woman, taking her leg and pulling her underwater as she struggled to get away. She punched the animal's face many times and it released her. Luckily, the woman survived the horrific hippo attack and was airlifted to the local hospital. The lesson of this story is be careful when you are rafting and never touch a hippopotamus. 6. Cone snail. Here is a scenario for you. You're at the beach. You have your water bucket and your sand shovel, your nice blue shorts on and your sun hat, and you are collecting shells. You're in the Indo-Pacific region of the world, and you stumble upon what appears to be a snail. Of course, the snail belongs in your collection, but uh-oh, this is no ordinary snail. You have just encountered the cone snail, and one touch of this deadly snail can lead to imminent death. They are small, measuring between 4 to 6 inches, 10 to 15 centimeters, but these innocent-looking animals can paralyze you instantly with their venom, which they shoot directly into you using a tooth that looks an awful lot like a harpoon. Plus, the sting from a cone snail doesn't even hurt because the venom contains a special pain-killing agent. There is not even an anti-venom for the bite of the cone snail. To this day, it is the most venomous of all 500 species of its kind. Whatever you do, don't go around touching snails. 5. Swan. Swans are everywhere. You see them at the park, you see them floating about on the river, and you see them pretty much anywhere with water and greenery. And while swans may look totally harmless with their ivory white feathers and shiny beaks, they are dangerous and borderline psychotic animals. You should never in your life try to touch or feed a swan. In fact, swans are so dangerous that this should be a public service announcement for everyone to avoid these winged death birds, especially people at the park with their curious children. There was a shocking story in 2012 reported by BBC News in which a 37-year-old father of 2 went for a relaxing kayak trip across a pond in a small residential complex outside of Chicago when he was maliciously murdered by a swan. A swan charged his boat, capsized it, and then bullied the man until he drowned. While the bird may have been protecting its territory, this is still a tragic and mortifying tale. Really, this is a cautionary tale, especially for anyone who enjoys ponds and rivers that may be inhabited by swans. Don't touch them, no matter how much they squawk at you. 4. Panda Ant. Everyone wants to touch a panda. They are black, white, and cuddly all over. But do you know what nobody wants to touch? A panda ant. These bugs are so confusing. A close-up look of this little insect first makes me want to cuddle it, then makes me want to run away from it. This is undoubtedly the cutest ant I have ever seen, but it is not an animal you should ever touch. Not ever. In fact, it is not even an ant. It is definitely not a panda. According to National Geographic, the panda ant is actually a type of wasp native to Chile. Small, up to 8 millimeters long, these Chilean wasps feed on nectar. Discovered in 1938 by entomologist Clarence E. Mickle, who researched about them and said that while the male panda ant has wings and looks a lot more like our notion of a wasp, the female does not have wings, looks just like a panda, and has a nasty stinger that can send you skipping away in horrible agony. Everyone should know to never touch an ant when visiting South America, and now you know to never touch a panda ant. Interestingly enough, the only reason that the females have stingers is because they are actually modified ovipositors. This means they don't only sting with their stingers, they use them to lay their eggs. Pretty gross, right? What is the strangest insect you have ever seen? Let me know in the comments below. 3. Giant Anteater. The giant anteater is one of those animals you immediately want to rock in your arms like a big furry baby. With their long snouts, perky ears, and slanted eyes, they are truly remarkable looking creatures. Their weight varies between 40 to 149 pounds, and considering how huge these things are, it is a little surprising that they are mainly insect eaters, gobbling upwards of 30,000 ants and termites each day. Imagine if all your dog ate were ants and beetles. It just wouldn't make sense. They live in South and Central America, mainly in tropical and dry forests, in some savannas and open grasslands, and they prefer to move in forests and areas with patches. Being solitary animals, the families protect the young carrying them on their backs, and after 2 years the pups leave their mother when they are considered fully grown. However, no matter how adorable and fuzzy the giant anteater is, you should definitely never touch one. While it is true that they are very calm most of the time, if you invade its territory, it could come at you with its massive 4-inch claws. A single swipe from a giant anteater has the power to kill a human. This is a one-punch animal, and you should definitely never try to give one a hug. These giant animals have been known to win battles against pumas and jaguars. 2. Leopard seal. The seals look like aquatic dogs, kind of, or like strange fish that don't quite evolve properly. But leopard seals are equal parts horrifying and adorable. Even though they look cute, if you were ever to run into one of these things, say on your next Antarctic expedition, you should definitely not touch one. A single bite from one of these fierce predators can leave you crippled or worse. These animals are carnivorous mammals, and they usually live from 12 to 15 years. They are between 10 to 11 feet, 3 to 3.5 meters, and their weight is up to 840 pounds, 381 kilograms. Leopard seal is because of their black spotted coat, and their pattern is similar to the big cats, even though the seal's is gray rather than golden. Leopard seals got their name for another reason too. They are some of the most extreme aquatic predators out there, and they act much like leopards do on land, zipping through the ocean with terrible speed to capture their prey and rip them apart with their powerful jaws and long sharp teeth. Leopard seals have a thick layer of blubber, they have no ears, and like the other seals, they have a layer of fat which insulates them from cold waters. They are so quick that leopard seals can easily hunt penguins, squids, and even other seals. So you better keep your hands away. 1. Poison dart frog. The next time you see a tiny bright frog in the wild, I highly suggest not touching it. While most North American frogs are no more harmful than a gopher or a squirrel, the little hopping frogs from the Pacific lowlands of Colombia and furthermore into the Amazon jungle are incredibly dangerous. I'm talking specifically about the golden poison frog, also known as the poison dart frog. Sure, you won't find one in rural Kansas, but this is still a good warning to take with you on your next Amazonian adventure. These are little animals, being only 1 or 2 inches, 2.5 to 5 centimeters, and they have the most beautiful and brilliant colors on Earth, varying in yellow, copper, green, blue, and almost always with black spots. Actually, most of the native Amazonian people say that if a frog has black spots, you should never touch it, because this color tells you if it is a poison frog or not. A single poison dart frog has enough poison inside it to kill anywhere between 10 and 20 men. That's a lot. And it's not just a case of maybe the poison will kill you, it will definitely make you pass away. The frog got its name because of the South American tribes who use its poison on the tip of the darts they shoot from their blowguns. It is common knowledge down in the jungle that being pricked with the poison of a dart frog is certain doom. If you see one of these bright yellow fellows, keep your hands to yourself. Thanks for watching. Which of these animals do you secretly want to touch the most? Tell me in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and click the notifications bell. See you next time.